following review contains minor spoilers.
Should you see Crazy Rich Asians?
Cultures clash when a suitor must introduce their fiancé to their crazy family. No, this isn't My Big Fat Greek Wedding, or Meet the Parents, or Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, or okay, I'll stop, I promise. The point being, on its surface, there is nothing special about the story in Crazy Rich Asians. And yet, it still manages to transcend that shortcoming by excelling in nearly every other area. The cast is engaging and charming. The setting of Singapore is a fresh and interesting place for a North American-made film to utilize, and the visuals pop with color and life. You'll probably be able to call out the story beats before they land, but there is just so much effort and energy being thrown at the mediocre narrative that it's practically impossible to be bored. Instead of settling for being a bog-standard romantic comedy, Crazy Rich Asians feels like a celebration of standard romantic comedies. The cast is all very capable, but Awkwafina runs away with every single scene she's in. The story errs on the side of overcrowding. They probably could have left a couple extended family story threads on the cutting room floor, but overall, I think there's very little to critique, except for one factor that's been bugging me. The movie as a whole is a sweet, kind-hearted affair, and that's a bit of a problem. It's the tale of an American being thrust into the high-wealth upper class of Singapore, a country known for its authoritarian oppression, rigid class divide, and corrupt government. We're talking about everything from fines for chewing gum in public, the death penalty for petty crimes, limitations on public gatherings, erasure of their indigenous people and culture. The place is, on a fundamental legislative level, a prison. Bringing an American into the high, privileged end of such a country and forcing them to struggle with the divide between the well-to-do and the so-called common folk could easily provide a strong emotional undercurrent for the narrative to rest on. Ignoring this aspect of Singapore and instead just using the country as an exotic backdrop for a bog-standard story feels naive at best or propaganda at worst. But hey, that might just be me. I could certainly level similar criticisms of any film set in the United States of America with its continuing worldwide list of inflicted atrocities, so why am I holding this movie to a different standard? Well, that's just it, I suppose, because it's different. It was championed as this great step made in cinematic representation, and to a point, it really is. It's hard to find wide-release films featuring an all-Asian cast, and it must certainly get credit for that on top of being a fine example of its genre. Crazy Rich Asians, on its own terms, is a frivolous delight. But for me personally, its careful omissions muddy the aftertaste.
I'm always happy to see a generally positive movie about people who aren't just white. I'm privileged, I know, and it sucks. The world is broken, yes. But this movie has a slightly different story from the norm, and an all-Asian cast, and I'm so happy about it. This is a super cute rom-com that gives a nice little hint of some of the culture in Singapore. With the title it has, it's not hiding anything. I don't feel that I'm being lied to. This isn't all that exists in Singapore, but I wasn't assuming it was. It walked a fine line, but I think it did it pretty well. The story was cute. It's very Cinderella-esque, and I'm always for a Cinderella story, especially when it's told in a different way and pushing the boundaries of American cinema. The characters are almost all so empowered, and I love Constance Wu and Awkwafina. They're perfect. So if you like Cinderella and Awkwafina, you'll like this. That's enough. But no, really, it's super cute. It's a fun watch and a great showcase of awesome Asian actors today, which we don't see nearly enough of.
If I had to give Crazy Rich Asians a score out of 5, I would personally give it a 3.3. So I think it's pretty good.
I gave it a 3.6. I thought it was heading towards awesome.
Rotten Tomatoes gave Crazy Rich Asians an adjusted 4.5, IMDb an adjusted 3.5, and Metacritic an adjusted 3.7. Have you seen Crazy Rich Asians? What did you think? If you liked this movie, I recommend checking out our review of I'm a Cyborg, But That's Okay. Hey, thanks for watching that video. If you liked what you saw, give us a like. If you didn't, don't.